Welcome to another update on the abandoned mill. It's hard to believe what it looked like when we first got the place. So having this room cleaned up and cleaned out is a big relief. It's so much nicer to walk in here. It smells so much better. It looks so much better. I'm really happy about it, but there's still so much more to do here. So for me, the next step is the stairs going down to the vault room. Let me flip this around. That's the vault room, which is going to be my storage room and where I get to keep my stuff. But these stairs are very precarious and they drive me insane, and I want to fix them. I don't think it'll be much and take too long to do, and it's easier to do it now before we put walls up in here. Here's the problem. You can see right here is the line of the original floor to the building. And then at some point in time, I'm guessing the 70s, but it could have been 50s or 60s, they re-poured this floor and made this that much thicker. So let me get my measuring tape here and I'll show you. So this first step is now a 13-inch drop to step number 1, which doesn't feel comfortable. I don't know why they did it that way, why they didn't just start the concrete back and give it a 6 or 7 inch first step. I don't know. And then after that, the steps come down. They're pretty much the same, but they're also pretty narrow and pretty tall. Not as tall as that one, obviously. So we want to make them all the same so you feel more comfortable coming down where they're the same step with a good normal rise and run on the stairs. So yeah, that's today's project. Get that done so that I can move things in and out of there without killing myself. Now, I haven't taken you guys into this room very much because before, when the vault door was in here, it was blocking all the light, so you really couldn't see in here, and we don't have the power in here yet. The main thing about the space is the ceiling height. It's only about 6'1". For me, it's fine. I'm shorter than that, but for anybody who's taller, that's kind of a problem. But it has these shelves, but all of these shelves, this wood is really rotted and icky, as you see. So I think what I'm gonna end up having to do is rip all of this wood out of here and then bring my own shelving down here. So yeah, this is a big walk-in closet. I really like having the space, and if you can see here, there is another door to another room that's the same dimensions as that one with even more storage space. On this side over here, see, this is what I'm talking about. The wood is just not safe. It's collapsing, it's crumbling, it's rotting. It's been wet for too many times, for too long, too disgusting. So this is the last little space in here. It'd probably be a while before I get to using this room, because this room, all of the shelves have disintegrated and things are growing on the wall. So maybe I can just close that door and forget that that room's even there and just never go there. Look, it has this metal door right here. See, and I can just close that, close it, latch it. Never had that room. Don't need it. Got plenty of other storage space, right? Anyway, we'll figure something out. I'll probably have to kills it or spray it with bleach or something to make it safe so it doesn't smell. But got to get those stairs done first. So these are the edges of our steps, right? That the steps will...
Yeah, there's the one that's already cut.
That kind of like a storyboard, or what was that called?
A pattern at this point, because I've made one that fits, and now I've just traced it onto this one to use it as a pattern to the other side. It works on both sides, so they're symmetrical, and it should work out pretty close.
So these notches are cut out where the steps actually are. That's right now.
Concrete ones are, and this is
and
where
this
new
is
ones will be.
Where it's gonna happen.
Yep.
So then it'll be comfortable on the foot going down at a normal, nice, gradual appropriate step.
Yep.
Okay.
And it'll be all capped off where there's not garbage getting in behind there and everything, so it should work out good. So we're really not set up for working with wood, but we're definitely not set up with anything over here, so.
Yeah, we don't have any tables or anything over here yet. We really need to move some stuff over here, but we're making it work.
So we got one clamp, we're clamped to the new lift, so I guess we're getting to use the new lift for a change.
That we are also getting to use the wood that was in the building.
Yeah, the big pile that was up there in the front, that was a bunch of it rotten, but this was one of the pieces that weren't.
That we saved, so it's nice to be able to, at the cost of lumber these days, it's good to reuse. And it's old lumber, so it's better than the new lumber.
Okay, trade me sides.
All right.
Really wish I had some air protection, but I don't have that here either.
No, I have a whole box, a brand new box of earplugs I just bought, but not here. Next time I have to go to the car lot to pick up something, I'll pick those up too.
Guess I'll cut these. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Our used lumber is backfiring on us.
How bad is that going to be?
That should still be okay
Yeah,
because.
that's just the underside.
Right, and then this part will still be sitting on the step, and this part will be on the concrete, so it's not the end of the world.
We'll make it. As long as it doesn't keep doing that kind of thing. Just like that.
There's one side. Now how about that one?
Oh yeah, this is the one that broke.
Yeah.
That ain't right. Ugh. And see, it's down just a little bit for the board that sits on top. Although, this one is appropriate. As it turns out, the floor isn't level. Because this one's going to have a little bit of a lip. But that's okay, because it broke, and maybe we can just shave that off a little bit more.
Yeah, we can cheat it a little bit if we have to.
Yep. And then those will fit like that, and then we can do.
Put them together and then see if the level sits across there and if the steps will be level. Put them together close enough for the level to touch.
Level. Stairs need to be swept off again. There's kind of junk on them. It's close, it's within the lines, but it's not perfectly level, no.
Which side's high?
This side,
That side's high?
no. This side's high. Which makes sense, because this is the side that you have to come a little bit off of.
Okay, well maybe that side's just a little high then.
Yeah, maybe it just the thickness. Air protection. So I swept the steps and we got all three cut down to size and put in here. And I put the level on there. And I'm pretty happy with how level that is. Okay, now what are we doing?
Well, we just bought this RAM set and I'm going to give it a shot and see if it even works. I don't know, it was a Facebook marketplace thing for like 40 bucks and these are like 250 bucks in the store. So I thought it was worth a gamble. looks fairly old and all of that, but the actual ram set itself doesn't look too bad, so I guess we're gonna try it out and see what happens. I gotta figure out how it works.
Some instructions included?
Yeah, there's the instructions up there. I guess I really just need to figure out which load we're putting in there for this size of nail. So throw a few nails in there on the sideboards and the step area so it can't kick out, and we'll just let the center one kind of free float with our other boards. So do this and start cutting some lumber and we'll go from there.
Okay, clouds have moved in and we've lost a lot of light, but what do you got? So that thing that we bought that I just did a clip.
So my good deal on a ram set turned out not to be such a good deal. But I've got the nail gun, and we're gonna see if that'll help just kind of secure these here where they don't move. They don't have to be like sunk way in and super secure. They're just sitting here. We just don't want it to slide away from the concrete. So
right.
Let's see what happens. Ready?
I suppose. Okay, we need air protection. That's loud. Is
Not
it
going anywhere.
sweet? That's all we can ask.
Good enough. Definitely good enough for who it's for.
Hey,
I was
what are you trying to say?
saying me.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay. I thought you were saying I don't count.
Makes a few sparks.
It does make sparks.
All right. So then
And
we
this
got our
is,
step. We have a little corner there to notch for.
yeah, we have this little corner we're gonna have to notch for.
I'll
So-
just mark it there. Lift it up. Mark it here. And then fill in the gap with the laser eyeball.
And then go cut that little notch out. All right. And voila.
Voila. Good enough.
Step one.
Give me those screws.
Walk the steps and see if you die.
Ta-da!
I want to do it. I want to walk the steps.
Gotta take your shoes off like I did.
Down, 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 down. Ooh, and step on a pile of dirt.
Yuck. Yeah, you still have plenty of headroom, so you're good.
Yeah, it's perfect. There could actually be a door here, but I said I don't want to because by the time you put the frame, it's like a 27-inch door. And I'd rather be able to get stuff in and out of there.
Well, we'll have a door up here once we have at the top of the stairs, so.
I already said that, but yeah.
Okay.
Semi-transparent dark walnut Minwax wood stain.
It's awful dark.
It is. I really wish I had a flashlight over here. You know, something with a light to be able to see a little bit.
Yep.
Battery powered, something? Anything?
Nothing.
Just checking. I'm really wanting to see what walnut looks like because I think that's the stain I want to do at the house using the actual walnut trees to make my own stain. So I was curious to know how dark that was going to be.
I think you can get the same effect with used motor oil.
I've heard that. And now that I've started doing this, I'm stuck in this hole until it's dry or until you lift me out of here.
So I have options?
If I like this, I might want to trim out our windows in here in this too. Depending on how it dries, what it looks like.
Not looking too bad so far.
That's another thing, that's the stairs, so people aren't going to see because we're going to have a wall around it. It's kind of a private area, so this is a good test market. Stain on the bricks. Hopefully I'll be able to clean that off or something. It says it doesn't stick to any other surface but wood, so I'm going to put that to the test. Ew, it's already hard on my knees. Should have grabbed those knee pads.
Well, I think everybody gets the idea of what you're going to be doing now for the next 20 minutes, so we'll come back when you get a little bit farther.
That sounds great. My knees are giving out, but I'm stuck in a hole.
It's looking like something, though. It looks pretty good.
It's all over the walls, unfortunately, but as I said, nobody's going to see this.
Don't tell anybody and nobody will know. It's not like we're putting it on YouTube or something.
But I think I'm going to like this color. I think I want to use it some more in the space.
I think it'll look good around the window trim and all that kind of stuff.
I think
Door
so.
jams and everything.
I think I would like this to be window trim and yeah, any place that it needs to be wood, this is the color I think that wood needs to be. It's
Cool.
dark, but I think it's pretty.
I think it works in here.
I think it does. It looks aged.
What do you need, this bag?
This one bag. It looks aged, and aged is what I'm going for. I need to see out there.
Yeah, there's other colors that are obviously more appropriate for today's day and age and stuff like that, but I think for this building, that's the right color.
For aged, this deep walnut.
Yep. All right, let me help you out of that hole.
Yeah. Part 2 of weekend projects at the mill.
This sucks. This sucks really bad.
And what is it that you're trying to accomplish?
Knocking all this rust off the rebar so that it'll have something to have the new concrete adhere to.
So you're taking a,
Wire wheel to it. Yeah.
just causing sparks and bits and pieces and everything to fly all over you?
It's very horrible.
You
I
should
think
have
I'm
a
gonna
face
to
shield on.
Go to the shop and get a face shield.
Yep.
I don't generally wear one, but yeah.
It's
This is bad. I don't like it.
Okay. A big mess all over the floor for cleaning that up. So now we get to try to patch it and repair it.
I think it's good enough to move forward with concrete. All the crusties are off of there. It's still got a little bit of surface rust, but it's not flaking. All the loose concrete is now knocked off of there and jammed into my arm. So, should be good.
Alrighty then.
Really not looking forward to doing any more of that.
Yeah. So, what's the next step?
What's the next step?
Where are we at?
We need to find a bucket so we can mix a little bit of concrete up in it and try this rapid set stuff that we bought at Home Depot and see if we can figure out a way to make it stick up there and not goop back down onto the floor.
So we need a bucket and water.
Yep.
We actually have done a little bit of research on the best way to repair this, and this rapid set mortar mix, high strength structural repair mortar, it appears to be the best stuff for what we're trying to do for repairing the ceiling in those beams, according to all the research that we've done. So that's the product that we're using. Got the stain down on that. It needs to sit for 24 hours before I could do anything more with that. So that's just gotta sit, leave it alone. Anthony, meanwhile, has really been moving on with this, and I really like the way that that's looking. Concrete is coming along. Still gotta keep working on that. But while we've got the concrete patch, I thought maybe in between waiting for that to dry, which fortunately it only takes about 15 minutes. So it's actually drying pretty quick, sometimes too quick to be honest, but I thought we could address the vents in the floor. So originally with this building, obviously in 1908 there wasn't central heat and air, so this whole floor was lower, but at some point 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, I don't know when, maybe if somebody who is watching this remembers when they did the major remodel to the mill, they can pipe up and say so in the comment. I'd love to talk to you. But at some point they did a major renovation to this office space, and they added central heat and air. And in order to do that, they put down your typical tin or whatever they're made out of, vents on the floor, right on top of the original concrete floor, and then packed sand in around it, and got it nice and level, and then poured a whole new concrete floor, which raised it up. So I imagine that's when they gave us this little step up front porch out front, and the nice big glass entry door was probably added at that point, since they had to do something with the raised floor, and gave us, of course, this beautiful orange shag carpet. Maybe that was added at that time, maybe added later, but you know, you gotta love the orange shag carpets on the floor in the office. Anyway, fast forward 50 years or whatever, the building is now not being taken care of as well. The roof starts to crack and leak. leaking through the upper floor and through the walls and through the ceiling on this floor, causing the delamination that's been happening to the concrete with the causing us to have to do the concrete repairs to the ceiling in the first place. But that water comes down, runs into the vents, rusts out all of the vents, the sand collapses into them, causing voids, and over time has caused a few hairline cracks to the floor. So the best way we know of to keep that from being a problem anymore was, number one, fix the roof, which we've done. So now the water isn't going to continue to get that sand wet and continue with that rotting underneath there. But the other thing is, since we've got the concrete patch kit with us, we could just fill those vents up and make it all smooth and one solid floor again. So I think that's the plan that we've come up with in order to help protect the floor. So I really do hate filling up these vents. It would have been nice to be able to use those for a central heat and air, but we're just gonna have to come up with another plan, because looking at them and cleaning them up, there just really was no saving them. There's just no ductwork left at all underneath here, and with the sand settling. The only choice that we have is to fill them with concrete. So prep work, first I brought in a lot of sand and packed that sand down in there. Took a lot more sand than I ever imagined it was going to do, just trip after trip of sand. Fortunately for us, we do have a very good supply of free sand, so it wasn't that big of a deal except for when it was raining. But yeah, so packed in the sand as good as I could everywhere on here, and then got that all level, and I'm ready to fill it up. Now obviously there's other ways that we could do this. Probably the right way would be bring in one of those companies that drills holes and then they shoot that foam stuff that fills up. But this area is going to be climate controlled. It's not going to have the heavy machinery of cars driving on it. It's just foot traffic. There is a concrete underneath this concrete, so it is just this, and it hasn't really settled all that bad. So we fixed the roof. I don't think anything's going to cause this to settle anymore. It really did do that a lot as far as the prep work and checking it out, and I really think that this should be fine. Now I did get this Pro Select bonding agent and sprayed the old concrete with that, let that dry. That's what they say to do in order to get new concrete to stick to old concrete. Kind of the same process we've been doing to do all the patch jobs everywhere else in here. Get this all done, and then it'll just be one more thing checked off the list. Now we have been going around in here too and filling in all the little holes from there being walls in here and just damaged other little spots to the floor. We've gotten those all filled in, and really I think all in all, this the floor is starting to look really good. I'm excited about how that's looking and doing, so. That's pretty much all I need to do to this. Move on to the next. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so 11 more to go. Might take me a minute. Not too bad.
Hey, where you at? What are you doing?
I am trying to clean up the last of down here. But I just found magazine under the wood. Woo, okay, yeah, that's another one of those dirty magazines. Why do those pop up everywhere?
Because there were inmates working here.
Oh,
That's why.
I see.
And they apparently snuck those in.
I guess. Yeah, and then hid them in various places.
Right. You're filthy.
Damn. That's why I can't ever wear anything nice. But I've about got that cleaned out down there. Connor came in and helped me move
It's looking good.
all the wood. But now that it's up in the light, I've kind of gone through some of it. Most of it is rotted and no good, but maybe some of it can be reused for something. So now that it's up here, I can figure that out if we want to keep it or burn it or whatever the hell. But I need a respirator to finish up in there. I want to clean it and demold it, if that's a word, and paint it with some kills, and then we can get some cabinets in there. We have a lot of shelves, but most of the shelves that we have are 10 foot or taller, and with that lower ceiling in there, most of what we already have isn't going to work. So that's another reason why we might have to kind of figure something out. But if I can get it so it's not quite so humid down there, then that would be helpful.
Maybe need to get a dehumidifier.
That's a good idea. That's probably exactly what we need to do.
Get some power down there and get a dehumidifier going on.
Yeah, when's the power happening?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to check on that.
We need to, I know not this week, but I don't even remember what day of the week it is. So at some point, the electrician's coming back in, and that's going to be awesome to have some power in there, so I'm not running the extension cord down. But anyway, that's cleaned up. I got my kills. I've trashed my office space again. Every time I get it clean, I manage to get it messy, but got all the vents covered. So I think that's probably going to be it for this time. Be sure to watch next time as we continue with all of this. Maybe eventually we'll be putting some walls up. Thanks! Seriously? It's raining again?